intriguing conversation. I really can't wait to break this down with you guys today about what he was saying. He starts off first talking about people in the chat talking bad about Ocho and Joe and trying to tell him he needs to leave them. And he kind of starts going into that. But really pay attention to everything that he's going to say, because I really want to talk about this subject today. Thank you all for tuning in for Master Off Sports. So here we go.
Realize we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Hell, I wasn't everybody's cup of tea. Ocho, you weren't everybody's cup of tea. Joe, I think he was a lot of people's cup of tea.
Whoa. Hey,
Huh?
I might not have been everybody's cup of tea, but everybody chose to take a sip.
Hey, you like tea? I was water. You gotta have it. You got to hear what we got to say.
Hey.
You might not like it, but you listen.
And I'm gonna keep my foot on their thing. Keep my foot on their neck. Ain't gonna let their ass up. All right.
Yeah.
No. They try to put a banner. Oh, scared to call out his media buddies. Hey, all my buddies run rabbits and eat shit out the garbage. So you know what's my buddies? All my buddies chase rabbits and holler at the moon. What my buddies are? Y'all can't gas me up. I done been on TV 20 years. Come on, fellas. Come on, chat.
Yeah.
I know what y'all trying to do.
Hey,
Y'all better stop. Come on. Hey, Joe.
Hey, that's a good one.
Hey. They try to put that candy wrap around your head like you was some type of sucker, ain't it, man?
Yeah, I know my head long, but I ain't no sucker. you know what I'm saying? Y'all look at my profile. Yeah, my head long. But hey, that's what they used to call me, you long-headed sucker. But I ain't him no more.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, when I was going through what I was going through, one man called me every single week.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? You need anything from me?
Mm-hmm.
When I left Fox, ain't nobody called. One man called. I don't know what they're going to say, but I already told my bosses, I want you over here. Every time he sees me somewhere, hey, big boy, I'm in your town. What you want to do? Let's link up. You see, guess what? I heard somebody say, hey, maybe it was Tyler Perry had a quote. When you going through everything and the phone ain't ringing, when you start to prosper, don't answer it then.
Hey, say it a little louder so the people in the back can hear you. I don't think they heard you.
So every time when I was going through what I was going through, when I was at my lowest, one man called me every single week. When I went through what I went, and Stephen A. proud of me, the Fox situation, we talked, we was cordial to each other, but we didn't have a type of relationship. Call me. The day the news broke, he called me. He knew before I knew. He said, big boy, watch your back.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what you mean? He said, hey, just watch your back. A couple of weeks later, say, you probably know by now what's going to happen. I've already told my people, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I want you over here. You're too talented. That's the one man. Everything that I've gone through, all the mistakes, all the mishaps and slip-ups that I've had, that's the one man that's never turned his back on me. I don't agree with everything Stephen A. says. Stephen A. doesn't agree with everything that I say. But I know when I look down at my phone and they got ATT in front of it, those are attorneys. Those are the only one that's calling me. And then I see another number pop up. S. Smith. Interesting. I was like, damn. I ain't talking about Bucket and Burns because they calling me every day.
Right.
I was like, hold on. Where all these people that I thought was cool with me? All these ones that was scanning and grinning in my face, keying. Oh, okay. Still to this day, the man called me and said, boy, you killing it. Y'all keep it going. He said, ISO a great addition, but you and Ocho, boy, y'all doing y'all thing over there. I see you.
Hey, tell Stephen A. to bait me, man, so I can put him in his place.
So there you have it, man. Shannon Sharpe opened up about Stephen A. Smith checking on him every day back in his 2005 incident with the young lady. And again, this is something that you guys are going to see a lot here on Mask Off Sports, the Introverted Sports Podcast, because I think relationships and the dynamic of relationships are very important. And I always tell people that you're better off in life having no expectations so you can never be failed. And as Shannon mentioned there, Everybody that he was so-called close with or associates with, they all turned their back. They all stopped calling. It was Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, the one that everybody hates, the one that everybody calls a coon, the one that everybody has something negative to say about him. It's that one guy. And I keep telling people, man, I said this about LeVar Ball when that happened. It takes a villain to know a villain. It takes someone who's been through the same things you have been through to understand what you're going through. Someone who has never experienced what you're going through would never be able to stand by your side. Y'all don't I don't know who all in here today, but I don't know if you guys watch not watch, but have read your Bible. But if you think about the story of Job, when everything got taken from him, his three friends, or the people he called friends, came over and they sat in silence for 72 hours, 3 whole days. They didn't know what to say to him. They didn't know how to help him. And then the moment they finally spoke, they blamed him and told him he was foolish for following God. And I think we see this a lot in society. You see it a lot in the sports world, but you see it very heavily in the Black community. We are quick to not support our own when they get into things that we might feel is unpopular, when they get into spaces that we feel are uncomfortable spaces. Everybody judged Shannon. I literally watched a whole year of content where everybody had something negative to say about Shannon Sharpe because of what he chose. And it wasn't that he chose a female, it's because he chose a white woman. It all went back to the race. It all went back to the age of the young lady. Oh, she's an OF fan, all this. Yeah, but how many athletes are dating OF people? Thousands. It's nothing new under the sun. Shannon Sharpe just got caught up. But it's very unique that Stephen A. Smith, the person who deals with some of the most harsh ridicule, the most harsh opinions from others, was the one who stuck in. Called them once a week at least, every day. And those are the things that I really want to talk about here on Mask Off Sports when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to like your thought process, when it comes to situations, when it comes to how we deal with our lives. For those who are new to the channel, I am certified in the mental health world. I was a KDAC. I was a certified alcohol dependence counselor for over a decade. I've done a lot of therapy, a lot of CBT, a lot of RBT, a lot of DBT. I even have material right here with me, man, that I leave right by myself all the time. I got a whole DBT workbook. It's always right here on deck, man. Just different ways, different worksheets, different ways to help people, different ways to talk about pros and cons and interpersonal issues. And I always tell people that those who are there are usually the people who've been through what you've been through. A person who can't stand what you meant, they never been through it. So they just go with the masses. They just go with the crowd. And Shannon has learned a very valuable lesson from the situation that he went through. He learned that, hey, I would never, because I don't know if you guys followed Nightcap when they first started, but Shannon used to be very tough on Ocho. Ocho used to be running late. Y'all, I don't know if you guys know, Ocho used to always be that guy who he wouldn't buy an Uber or nothing like that. He would get in with a fan and the fan would take him to the location he needed to go to. So a lot of times Ocho was running late a lot. So one night on Nightcap, they got into a situation and Ocho, he's smiling, grinning like he always does. And like Shannon went in. Man, you can't do this, man. We're trying to build something. We're trying to go bigger. We're trying to do this and trying to do that. But you see who's still by his side 5 to 6 years from now? Ocho. Because Shannon was driving on this, he was riding on this plane that had no turbulence. Money was up. Career was going great. He was the man to see on Fox Sports when he was debating with Skip. He was he had the yak, he had the wave cap, he had everything, the black and mild in the mouth. Unc was Unc until Unc was no longer Unc. But when Unc became no longer Unc, Stephen A. Smith still remember who he was at the core. But Stephen A. can deal with that because he deals with the ridicule every day. Those who have been through can go through. Let me say that again. Those who have been through can go through. Stop trying to go through life with people who haven't dealt with life. People who don't deal with life would never understand your thought process. They'll never understand how you might be emotional, or they might call you oversensitive, and people would never understand. Like I tell people all the time, man, I have so much restraint because I know how bad I can get. Rain said perseverance. Yeah, perseverance. You got to be able to persevere. I definitely agree. So I will tell you guys, when you're moving through life, it don't matter if you're the sports world, doesn't matter if you're a millionaire, it doesn't matter where you are on the economic totem pole. The biggest thing is find people who have been through it. So when it's time for you to go through it, they're there to ride it out with you. We always think about marriage or couples when we think about being equally yoked, but friendships should be equally yoked. And for myself, that's why I call this the Mask Off Introverted Sports Podcast, because I'm an individual thinker.